Do you ever find yourself asking people to repeat themselves? Or maybe turning the TV volume up so high it bothers everyone else? If you're nodding along, you're not alone. For years, I struggled with hearing loss, feeling more and more isolated. It felt like the world was slowly fading away. I tried everything, but nothing seemed to work. Until now, I tested 7 different hearing aids, and what I discovered changed my life. Stick with me and I'll share which one brought the world back into focus. Before we dive in, let's talk about what makes a hearing aid truly great for us. It's not just about making sounds louder. It's about clarity, comfort, and ease of use. Can you wear it all day without it bothering you? Is it simple to adjust? And most importantly, does it help you connect with the people you love? These were the questions I asked as I tested each device. My journey began with some of the more traditional models you might see at an audiologist's office. The first one was a classic behind-the-ear type. It was powerful, yes, but also bulky. I found it a bit fiddly to put on, especially with my glasses. Adjusting the volume meant fumbling with a tiny dial behind my ear, which wasn't ideal. While it amplified sound, conversations in noisy places like a family dinner were still a jumble. It just made everything louder, not clearer. Next, I tried a smaller, in-the-canal model. I was excited about this one because it was so discreet. No one could even tell I was wearing it. The sound quality was decent for one-on-one chats in a quiet room, but the battery life was a real issue. I had to change those tiny batteries every few days, and my fingers aren't as nimble as they used to be. Plus, it tended to block my ear, creating that stuffy, plugged-up feeling. It was a step up in looks, but not in overall experience. Then I moved on to some of the newer Overthachner options. The 3rd and 4th models I tested were very similar. They were affordable, and you could buy them online, which was convenient. Setting them up was straightforward enough through a smartphone app. You take a little hearing test on the app, and it adjusts the settings for you. The sound was okay, but it felt very generic. It didn't quite feel tailored to my specific hearing needs. It was like wearing someone else's reading glasses. Better than nothing, but not quite right. They were a good starting point, but I knew there had to be something better. Feeling a little discouraged, I decided to explore the world of smart hearing aids. This is where things started to get interesting. The 5th device was sleek and modern. It connected to my smartphone via Bluetooth, which was a fantastic feature. I could stream phone calls and music directly to my ears. Imagine hearing your grandkids on the phone with crystal clear sound without having to hold the phone to your ear. The app allowed for more personalized adjustments, which I loved. I could create different settings for different environments, like restaurant or quiet home. The only downside was the price. It was a significant investment, and I wondered if the extra features were worth the cost. The 6th hearing aid was also a smart device, but with a focus on simplicity. It had a rechargeable case, just like those popular wireless earbuds. No more tiny batteries. I would just pop them in the case at night, and they'd be ready to go in the morning. This was a huge plus for me. The sound was very natural, and it did a great job of reducing background noise. I could finally hear the birds singing in my garden without the hum of the air conditioner getting in the way. It was a strong contender, and for a while, I thought this might be the one. It was comfortable, easy to charge, and made my daily life much clearer. I was feeling hopeful, but then I tried the 7th hearing aid, and honestly, it changed everything. It combined the best of all the worlds. It was rechargeable, so no more battery hassle. It was incredibly discreet, fitting snugly in my ear. But what set it apart was the technology inside. It uses advanced processing to separate speech from background noise. Suddenly, I wasn't just hearing louder sounds. I was hearing with incredible clarity. Let me give you an example. I went to my granddaughter Issei school play. In the past, this would have been a nightmare of echoes and jumbled sounds. But with this device, I could hear her lines perfectly, even from the back of the auditorium. The applause sounded like applause, not a wall of static. For the first time in years, I felt completely part of the experience. Another huge win was its smartphone app. It was designed with us in mind. Large, easy-to-read buttons and simple controls. I could adjust settings with a simple tap on my phone screen. If I was in a noisy cafe, I'd tap the cafe mode, and instantly, the chatter around me would fade into the background, while my friend's voice came through sharp and clear. It felt like having a personal sound engineer in my pocket. It even has a feature to help you find the hearing aids if you misplace them, which, let's be honest, is a lifesaver. What truly sold me was the feeling of connection. Phone calls with my son, who lives across the country, were no longer a strain. We could talk for an hour, and I wouldn't miss a single word. Watching movies with my wife became enjoyable again. I could hear the quiet dialogue without blasting the volume. These small moments, the ones I thought I had lost, came rushing back. It wasn't just about hearing. It was about participating in my own life again. So, which one was it? The hearing aid that made all the difference for me is the Lexi B2, powered by Bose. Now, this isn't a paid ad. This is just my honest experience after weeks of testing. The combination of Bose S sound expertise with Lexi S user-friendly approach for seniors is just a perfect match. The clarity is unmatched. The rechargeable feature is a blessing, and the app is so simple to use. If you're on the fence about getting hearing aids, or if you're unhappy with the ones you have, I urge you to look into these newer technologies. Don't let hearing loss hold you back from the life you want to live. Reconnecting with the world and the people you love is priceless. It's a journey, but finding the right tool can make all the difference. It certainly did for me. Thanks for watching and sharing this journey with me. I hope my experience can help you find your own solution. Remember to subscribe for more tips on living our best lives with technology. See you next time.